So this is how to use our second plugin, Blend. First, you want to start by looking at an image that you want to use as the style. So let's say I find this artwork of Young Galaxy very cool. I've imported it into After Effects. And I have this video footage here of a ball running, which I will apply a style to it. So first you want to put your style image in the same composition as your base layer. Just so I don't see it, I can either hide it or just put it below the footage. And then you want to select your footage layer and add Transfusion Blend. Now first you'll notice this option here, Style, and you can select another layer. So select the style layer that you've imported. Notice that it takes quite some time to render one frame, and to lower this render time, one thing you can do is decrease the resolution of the style layer. This is currently a 450 by 450 image, which is a bit high, and Blend will work as good with a lower resolution than that. So what I want to do right now is to pre-compose this style layer and make it, let's say, 250 by 250. Then I can scale down or reposition my style image within the composition, and it will keep a 250 by 250 resolution at all times. It is not necessary to have blank space like that. The more you get different features in the style, the more variation you'll have in the result. So I'll scale it like this and go back to my mid composition, and I'll wait for Transfusion Blend to update the render. Okay, so you see right now that there's a lot more features, and that's because I've removed all of the blank space which is not needed around the center of the style image. The second thing you want to do is to go back to Transfusion Blend and select an AI core that will work best with your image. For now we have two, so either generic, that will work for almost any source images, and painting details. This one will be more detailed and more accurate with styles that looks like a painting. We will train more AI core in the future, so you might see more options here if you try to plug in the future. Okay, so now that the render is cached, you can switch between the two. And for that example, I'm going to keep the core 2, which I find it just looks better than the first one. I've already pre-rendered the result, so I can show you how it looks with animation. So you see that it's pretty cool. The style sticks to the image and works well with video as well as with images. See, if I zoom in the image, you can see that Transfusion has applied a painting style to my source footage. Just to improve the result, I'll add a curve, so I add more contrast and saturation to it, and I can switch between on and off so you can see the difference. One other thing I can do is check keep original colors. That will tell Blend to use the original source layer colors as the final result. So you will get the painting style, but you won't be affected by the style colors. There you go. That's before and after. That's the original and the stylized version. Another thing you can do is to add the texturize native effect on top of the result. What you want to do with texturize is select as the texture layer the base image, so the footage, the bull footage in that case, and we'll zoom into the image so we see what we can do. And texture contrast, we want to increase it to maybe 2 and make sure it's stretch texture to fit. This is where you're gonna add some of the original details and lighting direction of the source image. So maybe you want to do that, maybe you want to keep blend as is, but I find that's one cool thing to add in companion to the plugin. So that's one way to use Blend. I encourage you to play with it and test a lot of styles, and if you do something cool, please share it. Thank you.